Let's run it back with the Air Jordan 14. Welcome back to the channel, and if you haven't already, why don't you hit that subscribe button. Originally released in 1999 and worn on the feet of Michael Jordan throughout the NBA Finals in 1998. You could see Michael Jordan donning the Air Jordan 14 in the black-red colorway in this famous final shot that Michael Jordan took as a Chicago Bull. Now, when that happened, we as sneaker collectors or Michael Jordan enthusiasts were wondering what was on Michael Jordan's feet. We knew that throughout the 1998 playoffs, Michael would be wearing the Air Jordan 13. We knew what they were on his feet. He was wearing the black-red in the playoffs, the black-white against the Miami Heat. But for some reason, Michael pulled out these special shoes for the 1998 NBA Finals. And we were trying to zoom in on the TV to see what was on Michael's feet because we've never seen this shoe before. Luckily, a couple months later, the Air Jordan 14 would premiere to the world in this Slam Presents Kicks magazine. We get the world premiere photographs of the Air Jordan 14. The first one we wanted to see was the one that was on Michael Jordan's feet. So they gave us photos of Michael Jordan wearing the Air Jordan 14 in the black and red. You could see here inside the issue, you could see very close photos of Michael Jordan in the Air Jordan 14. As you continue on in the issue, we also get our first look at the now retroed 2025 Air Jordan 14 with the black toe. As you can see here in this photograph, this is the new retro Air Jordan 14 that just released yesterday. I unfortunately did not pick up this model. Right now, I'm waiting on the Air Jordan 3. That is what I'm focused on right now in the black cement. If these fall into my hands in a good price, I may pick them up. But this colorway is not one of my favorite colorways of the Air Jordan 14. Inside this issue of Kicks magazine, we also get a ginormous poster that shows us the details of the leather, the great design aspects to the shoe that were actually taken from Michael Jordan's Ferrari. It was really cool to see on the back side of this Air Jordan poster within the pages of Kicks magazine was a poster of the Air Jordan 14. There was a few other colorways in 1999 that released. There was the oxidized green. There was one of my personal favorites, the white and red. My favorite colorway of the Air Jordan 14, and the only one in my size in my collection is the Air Jordan 14 Indiglo. I think this shoe is the perfect colorway for the Air Jordan 14. I fell in love with this colorway of the Air Jordan 14 because of seeing it in this VHS tape called Michael Jordan Above and Beyond. You could see Michael Jordan talking with the design team on what to take off of a couple versions that they put in front of him. Unfortunately, the one that he chose isn't the one they released, because I personally think the one with the ribbing on the side would look really good. But it's pretty cool to see the design process throughout the player and the design team. I do have in my collection a sample pair of the oxidized green. This is a reverse sample. So on the original, I think that this color is a little bit different, or it's reversed or something like that. This and the backside is black and not white. This is a sample that I picked up for $20 at a local store here in Canada called Sport Check. They had two pairs of these sitting on the shelf in the clearance bin, and both of them said sales sample on them. I picked up both and threw one on eBay for sale and kept this one completely dead stock, never worn. It still has the original Air Jordan logo on the insole. I've had this for a very long time, since 1999 really, in my collection. One of my favorite shoes in my collection is this Air Jordan 14. I also have a baby pair of the Last Shot, as I did have not the original from 1999, but I had the Last Shot retros, the very first edition. I can't remember the year, but I had those in my size in both the black red and the black toe. But I never really liked the Air Jordan 14 in those colorways. I never wore them, so I kind of sold those later on. I do kind of regret, as I wouldn't mind these back in my collection. Speaking of the black toe that released today, back in 1999, we did get our first glimpse of the Air Jordan 14 black toe in the pages of that Kicks magazine. But we also got to see Michael Jordan wear that pair, not on court, but actually in the intro to one of his famous videos called Michael Jordan to the Max. Now, this movie was shown on the ginormous IMAX theater, where you could see Michael Jordan describe how it was to play in his final season with the Chicago Bulls. and you could see up close shots of the Air Jordan 14 black red, and also that Michael Jordan taking off from the foul line wearing the black toe Air Jordan 14. So if you did pick up the pair today, congratulations. I hope you enjoy that shoe, as it does have some good memories to it, even though I'll probably wait on that one until I find it for a better price. Now, originally, the shoe itself, the Air Jordan 14, the midsole had 2 encapsulated air sole units, one in the heel and one in the forefoot. The design of the Air Jordan 14 took cues from Michael Jordan's Ferrari, where you could see that within the Air Jordan 14 black and red. The logo is supposed to look like the Ferrari logo. The heel counter has the tread from the tire almost, so it kind of looks like a tire. You can't really see it on the Indiglo pair, but these two pieces here are supposed to look like the brake lights. Very cool design shoe, designed by Tinker Hatfield. And you've got your herringbone traction. And my personal favorite design feature of the Air Jordan 14 is the little air scoop on the side. The Ferrari kind of had an air scoop on the side of the car. This is pretty good for ventilation, keep your feet feeling cool throughout play. Now, since Michael was retired from the league at this time, they needed someone to promote the Air Jordan 14. So what Phil Knight did was he sent every Nike athlete / Jordan Brand athlete throughout the brand a pair of Air Jordan 14s. Some were player exclusives, like Mike Bibby would have player exclusives. Ray Allen, Michael Finley had their own colorways that would match their jerseys. But most players received a shoe that would be selling on shelves to promote it. Such players as Charles Barkley, Scottie Pippen would have the Air Jordan 14. You could see Scottie Pippen and Charles Barkley wearing the white and red version. Even arch rivals that Michael would play throughout the season in 1998, Reggie Miller would be wearing the Air Jordan 14. It's pretty cool to see when Michael Jordan left that so many people were willing to support the brand and support the new Air Jordan 14. Now, what do you guys all think about the Air Jordan 14? Is it one of your favorites? Are you glad it came back? Are you looking for more colorways to come back in the near future, or newer colorways for that matter? I personally only like the Indiglo version of the Air Jordan 14. I think it's a clean looking shoe. The suede is beautiful. And thanks again for tuning into my channel. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to share. And if you like or dislike what I'm doing, let me know in the comments below. And until next time, peace.